You never knew you wanted to know how to do this, but you did. So have you ever had an equation that you needed to solve with your calculator? I'm sure you have. So this might be a familiar equation from your practice. And what we do generally is we want to get everything on the same side equal to 0. That way, when we look at the graph, we can find the zeros of the graph. So that's exactly what we're going to start with here. So if I look at my graph, oh, I did not have the equal sign highlighted. I do now. Now we'll graph. There we go. Looks like I've got 1, 0 right there. So do that in the normal way, and everybody make sure you're following along with that. Need a left bound. Need a right bound. The guess doesn't matter. Either way, you get 0.349. And you know from the study of AP Calculus that we round at 3 decimal places, so you'd write 0.349 on your paper. Now, I'll tell you that there are times where 0.349 is not going to be accurate enough. So like, for example, if we're cubing 0.349, this 3708 is going to matter. So it doesn't matter for this problem, but I'm trying to use this problem to teach you about future problems. And you might get tired of typing that in over and over again. I know I sure do. But there's a way that you can capture this x value and use it for your calculations without having to retype it. So how does that work? Well, in order to do that, we got to get back to the home screen, the main calculation screen. And the way we do that is by quitting, which is second mode. So if you go second mode, it takes you back here. Now, if we don't press anything after quitting, but the store button, that's STO with the arrow, it's going to store that for us. So now, anytime I use A, which if you didn't catch that was hitting the alpha button and then the math button, I'm going to get 0.349 with all of that decimal action happening afterwards, which is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet, this storing. You can also store Y values, more on that later. And you'll have a chance to practice this later in class. And it will be recorded for you to look at. So make sure that you are thinking about adding this in to your calculator text